Hello, John Browning. How is your day going, sir?
Fantastic so far.
Love it. Let's make it better. We are wrapping up our series on every chapter of your book, Build a Life, Not a Portfolio. Today we're in chapter 12. It's called Advocacy Investing. I don't
Mhm.
know what that means. What does that mean, John?
And and it's you'll find that is that's actually the URL that you use if you want to get in touch with me. It's jbrowning at advocacyinvesting.com. And you're like, man, it's really hard. Why is that? Why is that so significant? And you hear a lot of today about ESG investing, environmentally responsible, socially responsible, and governance wise responsible investing. That's the
Okay.
buzzword, right? Advocacy investment, in my opinion, and the way that we look at it is number one, we are your advocate.
Okay.
That's the number one thing. It's what you want, not what we want. We're not going to argue with you on
Okay.
that. We'll
Probably good.
just give you lots of information to help you make the decisions that are going to build your best life. So that's number one. Number two, if you have a particular thing, a value that you hold dear,
Right.
and you want to invest to support that,
Right.
we'll do our best and we will do the research to find the companies, the industries that are furthering that mission.
Okay.
And there are a lot of for profit companies that do really, really good things. And the the issues that I see, without getting too political here, the issues that I see with ESG, environmental social governance investing, is it's gotten so politicized that you can find a problem with just about every company
Everything.
out there.
Yeah.
And you could just invest in nothing, and that's not going to get you very, very far. It's not going to get you very far in building your best life.
Right.
But you can do the research on the companies that are supporting the vision, the values that you hold dear. And you can either negatively do that and just choose not to invest in the companies that are not doing those things, or you can also positively include companies that are doing the things that you hold near and dear to your heart. And people have some really interesting things. And we are not here to judge anybody on what their values are.
Right.
Okay, we have people from all walks of life and all different beliefs. We have our own beliefs, and we love it when people respect those.
Yep.
And we'd love to talk to you about some of those beliefs if you're interested. But the most important thing is that you're comfortable with your portfolio when you look at it. Just yesterday, I had someone, and we had a particular company in the portfolio, in her portfolio, that she said, I'm not really comfortable with that. Now, she hadn't told us before that she had a particular belief. And well, and I started explaining, right? I said, well, the reason that we have it in the portfolio is this, this, this. This is the analyst thing. And she said, well, I understand that, but the way that they go about this is they are hurting a particular
Yeah.
thing, right? And I was like, you know what? We can come up with a substitute that still satisfies your risk exposure. How about that? And when I told her about the company that we were going to replace it with, her facial expression just softened, and she's like, I feel so much better. I said, well, the trade-off is it's probably going to be a little bit more volatile. It's going to move up and down a little bit more than this other company. It's not going to be a stable, and it's not going to pay a dividend. But we really believe in the company. We believe in what they're doing, and we believe that they're really well run, and they're going to do fine over time. And she said, I don't care. As
That's
long as it
awesome.
holds to my values, I would much rather have that one. And I love what you said about the way that they do business and their
Yeah.
values set. And
That's good.
it's going to make all the difference in the world to her financial peace.
Okay. So that story helped because I think of somebody having an advocate who's going to go to bat for you in some situation. That's kind of what you're talking about with advocacy investing is you're going to bat for your client, but you're also advocating for different investments, I guess, that match their value system, right? Is that fair?
Exactly right.
Okay,
yeah,
there you go.
You nailed it.
So John's your advocate. I love that because we all need an advocate, right? In our faith system, we have an advocate. In finances, we need an advocate. We need somebody to go to bat, somebody to explain things, somebody to give us a second option, a second opinion. Because I bet she came to me and said, I'm going to have to sell and I don't know what to do with that money. And John's like, I got like 4 other things to do with that money. Here's the one thing I would really recommend. And here's why. Brought her peace of mind. We've talked about that 3 or 4 times during this series of as we've been walking through the chapters of your book, Build a Life, Not a Portfolio. That's why I just recommend people go to John's website, guardianrockwealth.com, request a copy of his book. If you're not ready to talk with him, great. Request a copy of his book. He'll mail it to you for free. Read the book. Learn about John Browning. Learn about Guardian Rock Wealth, how they do business, who they are as a company, who they are as people. See if there's a match there. And then have a conversation and see if John and his team at Guardian Rock Wealth can help you build a life, not just a portfolio, a life investing, saving that is aligned with who you are, and let John and his team be your advocates. I love that, John. GuardianRockWealth.com is the place to find John Browning, #1 Amazon best-selling author of Build a Life, Not a Portfolio. We did it, John. We finished going through every chapter. If you are new to this podcast, go back and listen to, well, every episode because they're valuable, but definitely the last 12 where we walk through every chapter of John's book. Then reach out to John Browning, GuardianRockWealth.com, and let him be your advocate as well. John Browning, it's a joy always to be with you, sir. Have a great
All right.
week.
I've enjoyed it as well.